Hello GDQ, my name is Kuiper Don't Care, and I am submitting Donkey Kong 64 Randomizer Season 2 settings for AGDQ 2024. This is actually a tournament race. We are currently in the middle of our first big kind of month-long tournament with this randomizer in its 2 years of existence. This is qualifier number 2 out of a potential 12 that we're going to be doing over the course of the month, and I'm using it as my submission video. Season 2 settings, I guess, is kind of what this is, and I'll explain how that works briefly. As you are looking at a bright pink donkey, I'll get him off the screen because it will allow me to explain things a little bit easier. Season 2 settings, the objective of this randomizer is we have to obtain our missing keys, our missing Kongs, and a variety of different moves depending upon what is locked behind what's required between Helm as well as the K. Rool fight itself. In order to beat the game, we got to defeat K. Rool. He's captured all of our friends. We got to rescue them all and rid him, or rid DK Isles of him, I guess you could say. The way these settings kind of work is everything is based around what we call simple level order. What that means is the order that the levels are arranged is randomized, meaning level 1 is not necessarily going to be Japes, level 2 is not necessarily going to be Aztec. They're going to be ship-shoff and shuffled around, and depending upon what keys we have access to, that is going to determine what lobbies we have access to. The standard for these settings is starting with keys 1, 3, and 6. Key 1 gives us access to lobby 1 and lobby 2. So at the beginning of the seed, right when I jump in, as you can see, we have Lanky and Chunky here. Once I get into the seed, those are going to be the 2 lobbies I have access to. I have access to lobbies 3 and 4 once I find key 2. Lobby 4 kind of has a little added caveat to it where because the entrance for it is underwater, I have to find diving before I can get to that. Once we find key 4, we can enter lobby 5. Once we find key 5, we can enter lobbies 6 and 7. So there is sort of a steady progression as you go through the randomizer. Obviously, of course, rando is rando and things can get kind of silly and stupid, but key 7 is the final key that we need. And key 7 only gives us access to Helm because the little mouth that opens up at the top of Krem Island so that you can get into Hideout Helm, that only opens up when you have keys 6 and 7. Key 3 does nothing. That's why we're starting with it. Key 3 basically has no other purpose other than it's the light medallion from OOT, right? It's just the thing that you get, you need it for the win condition to beat the game. It is what it is. And we are actually in a race with 31 other people, which is pretty fun. As far as myself personally, I've been playing this randomizer for the better part of about 2 years. I've participated in a bunch of different Blitz tournaments that we've had, which are similar in the format of this, except they take place over the course of just 1 week. I've been at least one of the top 3 players in every single iteration of this randomizer in every single tournament, because we've gone through a lot of different settings, a lot of different presets and things like that. In this race, along with me, we have people like Connor75, who is arguably one of the best DK64 players in the world. He's a world record holder in various categories. We also have a couple devs that actually worked on the game, one of them being, of course, LaRock. I don't believe Tudos is in this race, but we also have people like Spike Vegeta, a lot of other randomizer players that have come from different Zelda randos, different other types of randomizer communities have all kind of started playing this probably ever since 2.0 came out, which is a kind of a recent development, and thus the whole name of Season 2, based on the 2.0 version of this randomizer. While we are getting ready to go, we have about 5 people that are not ready yet. 4 people that are not ready yet. I didn't say that because I'm one of those people that needs to ready up. There we go. Now I can't. The onus is no longer on me. So, as far as this start goes, the starting moves that you have are randomized. The game will pick 3 random starting moves to give to you in replacement of the 4 of the training moves you normally start with. Those training moves are kind of along the bottom and the bottom left that you can see. It's diving, orange throwing, barrel throwing, and vine swinging. Well, this seed, funny enough, we're starting with 2 of those moves, and we're also starting with triangle. I have not discussed the hints for this randomizer yet. You can kind of see on my tracker beneath me, I have a little section that looks like a place where you can write things. That section actually goes much farther down and has a bunch of different colored quadrants, I guess you could say. The hints in this randomizer are the secret sauce. They can be as simple or as complex as anything, really. And they're the big, I want to say the skill you really have to develop to get really good at this randomizer. You need to be able to decipher these hints quickly and effectively. And as we are going through this, I will do my best to kind of explain what each of them potentially means. When one of them is fulfilled, I will do my best to explain why it is fulfilled. But yeah, really the nitty-gritty of it is we got to find those 4 keys we're missing. Keys 2, 4, 5, and 7. Key 8's just going to be in Helm. It's going to be one of the last things we get. We got to find our 3 Kong family members that we don't have, Donkey, Diddy, and Tiny. Got to find a whole bunch of moves. I don't know what moves we need yet. But we're going to know that pretty soon. So, again, these hints are going to range anywhere between Baron hints, which are very common among most randomizers. Basically just means that this region of the game has nothing in it that you need. We also have things like Way of the Horde, which is kind of our take on Way of the Hero. Similar, it's just kind of a popular way to describe hints in Legend of Zelda games. Basically, that just means you need to go there to find something to beat the game. It could be a key, it could be a Kong, it could be a move, it could be anything, really. We're also going to have key-specific hints that are supposed to guide me to where the keys are. We're also going to have K. Rool phase hints, which are supposed to guide me towards the moves that are required for me to defeat K. Rool. Those are basically all... Oh, and we're going to have Kong hints. Basically, it's going to be like, hey, Diddy is here, and Donkey is here, and Tiny is here, and we hope that they're really that. We're hoping that they're going to be that simple. So... And we just have one more person. We are also on a restream, as far as I know. So I do not know who I'm on the restream with, to be totally honest. But restream is going as well. We're waiting for one more person to get ready, and we should get underway. These settings, and for me personally, as a very seasoned player, I've done probably over 400 DK64 randomizer seeds at this point, ever since I started playing back in the 1.0 days, probably close to 500 at this point. These range anywhere between, like, super giga fast ones can finish anywhere between an hour and a half, and really, really bad ones take you about 2.5 hours. Kind of the big thing, the big benchmark that a lot of new players try to do is they try to cut the 2. Cutting the 2-hour mark is kind of a big benchmark for early players that you want to try to reach. I should probably take a little bit of time just to explain the way Helm and K. Rool are going to work. So normally in the vanilla game, you're going to have to clear out all 5 rooms of Hideout Helm, meaning I need all 5 instruments, I need Rocket Barrel, I need to do all the minigames. In these settings, Helm's been shortened to 3 rooms. It's 3 random rooms, so I don't know what the rooms are going to be. They will be hinted to me. There is a very specific hint that will tell me what the Helm order is, and I can track that right on the thing down here at the bottom. You can kind of see me click through it here. We also have shortened K. Rool phases, and the fight itself is once again similar to Helm. It is only shortened to 3 phases, meaning it can be Donkey, Lanky, Tiny, it could be Diddy, Chunky, Lanky, and each one of those phases, the requirements are going to be different. And also the phases are just shortened for the most part. Basically, the way you can kind of think about it is each one of the phases of K. Rool, the 3rd quote-unquote part of the fight has been cut out. So you'll see me only have to punch him 3 times with Chunky if we get lucky enough to have a Chunky face. Counting us down, we got 3 seconds, 2, 1, 0, let's go. So the opening play that most players, I want to say like 90% of players go for, is these dirt patches early on. In the vanilla game, they tend to hold, but they hold rainbow coins. We can see a GB back there. These dirt patches normally have rainbow coins. Rainbow coins are shuffled within the pool, so this could be anything. And we're just going to get a banana medal. So banana medals are useless. Banana medals have absolutely no purpose in these settings. You can play with them being required. There's actually quite a few different ways to play this randomizer where they have come up with some unique and creative ways to use banana medals. We're going to come over to this dirt patch. We're going to get this one. And that's just going to be a normal rainbow coin. All right, that's cool. And the final bit of this little standardized opening is you're going to come back here and you're going to check this Cranky shop on the main aisle. The shop contents are also randomized. There can only be up to 3 things in a shop. You can probably see we've shortened everything to 3s just because it's a little easier to keep track of. Normally you cannot access this right away, but you need vine swinging to access this little dirt patch back here. So starting with vine swinging makes us able to route this in very early. And we got an ammo belt. So you saw that little vial pop out there. Those vials are the visual representation of moves. So I missed the vine, that's cool. Each Kong has color-coordinated vials for their own specific moves. Those clear vials, though, are family moves. So those are going to be your ammo belts, your training moves, things like that. So they can range anywhere from being extremely useful to extremely not useful. Just like that one. That is a rank stand sprint. So we have access to an early lanky move. Let's go over here and check the shop. We do have 5 coins. I already saw a clear vial. Unfortunately, I have to buy that clear vial with Donkey, so I cannot buy that. I have to come back later. Let's go over here, and we are going to see what level 1 is. Level 1 is Forest. And now here are some of the hints. So this is the first hint. Again, these are going to require me to write down all of this information, so I will try to get back to these when I can. Caves Diddy, Jetpack Barrel. Okay, so let's just write that one down. Let's also come over here, grab these. So that right there, that hint is specifically talking about collecting colored bananas. Normally in the vanilla game, the way you obtain DK Isles Cranky. Okay, so whatever the Cranky move is, we need that. The item we peeked earlier. But like what I was saying was Creepy Castle medals. Okay, that's a relatively crappy hint, but we're going to keep going. The way you normally obtain banana medals is you have to collect 70 colored bananas with each individual Kong. Well, those checks are randomized, but the requirement has also been shortened to 40. So what you'll see is, actually in this level, I'm going to be able to do it with Chunky at the very least. What you'll see is when I get to 40 colored bananas total, I will get a check. Actually, just make sure I get in here before I continue. But because I read that factory medal rewards hint, that means that nothing useful is on the factory medals. However, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm not going to get those factory medal checks, because one of the things that I did not mention at the very start is we still need to get into Helm and we still need to beat Helm. Well, in order to get into Helm, I still need to collect 60 golden bananas. There is still a requirement to get past the B lockers. And the requirement for Helm is 60. So while you're trying to route together all this stuff, route out all these hints, figure out where all your logic is, your standardized randomizer things, you're also simultaneously thinking to yourself, I still need to get 60 GBs. So there is a lot of risk reward that comes into, I'm actually just gonna fill my music up here real quick. There's a lot of risk reward when it comes to doing checks that are slow, simply to get golden bananas for them. So oftentimes what you'll see people do is, you saw that I had a golden banana on that Chunky minecart minigame. Chunky minecart's very slow, so even though it's very early on and I only have 1 GB, I'm not going to elect to do that because that's a very, very slow golden banana check. So, a lot of different things you're having to keep track of over the course of a seed. So I'm not going to try to land on that mushroom here. You're seeing me long jump all over the place, so Donkey is by far, it's not even close. Donkey is the fastest Kong to move around. His movement is the fastest. He has this little like cool little roll thing that you get to do. It's super fun, super fast. You can like round corners with it. It's great. Every other Kong is kind of slow in comparison, and none of them are particularly faster than the other. So really what you kind of do is you just have a personal preference of, I like jumping around as Chunky. Chunky's fun to move around as. He's the man. We all love Chunky. Let's go over and check this Cranky shop. Again, you could just peek the storefront and know what this is. We have a Lanky move. Okay, so this is going to be a move that only Lanky can buy. It could be any move, though. Let's see what this is. It costs 5, and it is Peanut Guns. Okay, so we have a gun. We obviously can't use it yet because we don't have Diddy. Also, please ignore the Christmas mug. This is the biggest mug I have. I mean, this is for AGDQ, right? It's right. Christmas is somewhere around there, right? Let's come over here now, and we're going to do a fun little trick here. Normally, you're supposed to climb all the way up the mushroom and go up a bunch of really slow ladders. I'm actually just going to do it this way. But with Chunky, you could just go all the way up here. Chunky bounces extremely high on those mushrooms. You can kind of just cut out that entire little process there. Put that in the shops. And that is a key. All right, so you saw that key pop out of that Kasplat. We now have access to 2 more levels. Well, really, we have access to 1 more level until I have diving, but that's a good early start. Key 2 is definitely a good thing to find early on. Not exactly sure how much more I want to do in this level. So Forest is normally the 5th level in DK64. As you can imagine, because of that, there aren't many things available to us with our current setup. I think what I do want to do is Chunky's medal is Sphere 0. Again, that is rando talk. I missed the ledge because I was afraid that Zinger was going to blast me. Anything Sphere 0 is basically rando talk for it's accessible to you the minute you boot up the game. So if you have Chunky and you have access to Forest, you can do Chunky's banana medal. There are more than enough colored bananas just within this mushroom alone to give it to you. I am actually going to swing across these vines, though, because I believe I'm going to need these 5, because I skipped the early climb portion of this. So we're going to grab these, and we're going to swing back across. Another thing to notice is I was able to pick that key up with either Lanky or Chunky. The game does not check to see which Kong you are to pick up certain things, which is a setting known as Free Trade Agreement, which I think is the funniest setting, named setting that we have. The only things that I guess are limited as far as like what Kongs can do is you saw that that shop had a Lanky move in it, which only Lanky can buy that. If I happen to check a boss and you see a specific Kong's face on the boss door, only that Kong. Okay, so you saw the banana medal check pop up there. If I happen to check a boss, only that Kong can fight that boss. The door will literally shut on me if I try to fight the Kong with anybody else. So, grab this guy. I'm also probably just going to end up doing the battle pad here. Did that fall off the edge? Where'd that land? Oh, I landed on top of it. Cool. I want that rainbow coin. Money is a very good thing to find early on in these. Because obviously the one thing we can't pick up are color-specific things. Like, see those donkey bananas right there in that hallway? I can't pick those up because I'm not Donkey. Same thing goes for Donkey's coins. So finding those rainbow coins means once I find Donkey or Diddy or Tiny, they're going to start with $10 rather than ow. Rather than, ooh, that is a big number for level 1. Another randomized thing, those boss doors. Fun little thing. It's another rainbow coin. I'll do this if it's like 10 seconds. Is this worth it? Oh, man, 20 seconds for another 5 coins. Honestly, I feel like if I do this, I'm not going to need to pick up many more coins later on. So we're going to go ahead and do this. The times for all of these are random. I'm going to pick this up. And we're going to leave. We're going to go check out what level 2 is. We're going to get out of here. Nothing super great in that level. We got peanuts out of the shop. That was about it. Okay, so this is... Ooh. Okay, so this is Galleon. Now, Galleon, as you could probably imagine, the majority of the checks in Galleon are underwater. So we have even fewer access to things in this level. Let's see what the B locker amount is. Wow, that is... All right, we have the exact amount to get in here. Let's grab these oranges. These oranges are always here just to fill up our... That's really the only projectile we have as these 2 Kongs. Which potentially, if we come across a very specific... There he is! Okay. Literally, I did not know he'd be there. So, I'll show off what that guy is here in a second. Let me come around this corner. Get rid of this, because I want to grab this banana here. Not get hit by the claptrap. So this is a cop. Normally these enemies are only in the stealthy snoop minigames, but they were removed. Get rid of him. They were removed and put into the overworld. You're probably asking yourself, okay, well, what happens if one of those guys sees you? I get thrown out of the level if he sees me. They are the maximum stream value enemy. And, okay, nice pull on the grape shooter there. So now we have a projectile with Lanky, that's good. If you come across one of those guys, because their speed is also randomized, sometimes you'll come across one of those cops that is just lightning fast. And depending upon where they are in certain levels, like this guy's relatively easy to deal with. But if I were to come across one like in this hallway, I have to hope that he's not fast enough to where I'm gonna smack into him and he's gonna throw me out of the level. We actually find Frantic Factory at any point. I will show you the... I don't even really know if we have a name for him. He's just he's the best cop on the force. There's one particular spot that if you draw a cop on the enemy randomizer, it is just... It's the worst. I have unironically lost minutes to a particular cop in a particular spot. So hopefully we get to show... Hopefully that actually ends up coming to fruition. I don't think there's anything in here. Yeah, there is a very specific cop that I think everybody that watches DK64 Randomizer with any sort of regularity, they all know which one I'm referring to. Let's see what you have. Wow, okay, all of a sudden we have a decent amount of guns. Okay, do I want to... Ooh, you know what I never checked? I never checked the Kasplat in that little opening area. Because no, I'll be honest, I'm not used to starting with vine swinging. This is a very bizarre start to the seed. The grape shooter I need to mark was in the Galleon shop. Drag that over there, and then this was in the outskirts. Okay. I have everything tracked that I have found so far. Here now, anything? I see a key. Okay, so we know that a key is in this shop, but I need Tiny to get it. So again, you just keep that in mind. When you find Tiny, you have access to a key. That is likely going to be either key 4 or 5. We don't know exactly yet, so... Let me just do a quick little save check that Kasplat that's up there. And, man, hopefully we get access to... I'm really hoping that we have access to whatever level 4 is, because right now... We don't have logical access to a lot. There's a couple things I could go do. Don't turn around. Okay. There's a couple things I could, like, go do in Forest. But all these checks that you've seen me do in Galleon, this is basically all I have access to. It's this guy. I could peek the boss, maybe, if I have enough colored bananas. But other than that, this is all I have left in this level. So, getting Galleon early. Ooh. I am going to check this. That is a small enough number that I'm going to check this. All right, let's come over here. And also, perhaps some of you are probably wondering, you're not using tag barrels. Yeah, this is basically the most, probably the most, I want to say, the most pivotal feature, but this is kind of the feature that nobody really plays without. It's tag anywhere. You can see in the top right corner, I have that little, okay, it's a crown, it's nothing. I got that little heads-up display here. You could swap your Kongs just by hitting left and right on the D-pad. It is great, and should probably have been in the vanilla game, being totally honest. You know, I'm a little scared that my GB count is a little low. So I saw that this was a GB earlier. I'm gonna come over here and actually grab this, since we have access to it. And hit the switch. You can actually make this cycle with Donkey if your rolls are fast enough. Because once you approach this gate, once you get to like a certain distance from the gate, it won't shut. For whatever reason, I don't exactly know why. Let's come around the corner. There's a lanky gate over here that is locked behind Grape Shooter. We got Grape Shooter a little bit ago. Okay, so this is just a blueprint. So basically, the way to think about blueprints is they are layaway golden bananas. At any point, I could go talk to Snide with Lanky, turn in that blueprint, and I'll get a GB for it. You want to talk about levels that I don't have access to a lot of. This is probably the most... oh man, this is the most, like, restrictive start you could possibly have. Like, as far as 3 levels go. Ooh, so one of the dirt patches in Isles has Tiny. Interesting. Okay. That's some of the lobbies, Cave's Helm lobbies. We have just enough to get in here. Ooh, that is a bad check. That is a very bad check. Okay, we're doing that check today. All right, cool. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Just know that that check, I might fail that a couple times. It's fine. That is, I don't want to say unanimously viewed as one of the worst checks in the game, but it's up there. It's up there. So. All right, so let's. Oh, I'm not Donkey. I'm thinking I'm Donkey. Grab this dirt patch. Game's gotta give me something pretty soon. Aha! Now we have Donkey. We have our third friend. Okay, so now we have access to a bunch of Donkey stuff. Do I want to check how much this GB is? Oh, it's not. I was thinking that the chunky face was a donkey face. Let's see how much this I have a bunch of money with Chunky, I think. Let's see how much this is. Sure. Let's see. I do not have anything. I could go back to Isles to figure out what that donkey move is, and I probably will here pretty soon. I think what we're gonna do is, let me come over here real quick. Let me grab these small bananas, and then I want to see what the llama has, because the llama will tell you what he's got. here, grab these, jump over. I'm also gonna grab these 2 donkey. What do you have? You have a golden banana. Cool. Right. This move back here was hinted to us at the beginning. Let's go get it. We'll figure out what this is. It's definitely a move. It's not a family move. Also, the music rando for this game is fantastic. If anybody out there was ever curious about getting into this rando, just the music rando alone is worth it. What was that? That was Punch. Okay, Punch is a very useful move. What we need it for yet, I don't know. But we have it. We needed that. Put that over here now. Do I want to go get these 3 Donkey coins? I kind of do. Donkey does not have access to a lot of money as far as like the first 3 levels we have here. Not a lot of money early on, so let's just grab this. And then I think I want to go back to Forest now. I have enough stuff that I'm a little more confident in checking Forest. And the first thing we're going to do here is we are going to make it nighttime, I think. Of course, the gimmick of this level is you can change it from nighttime to daytime. There are certain checks that are only available during night and day cycles. Oops. And a couple of the things that I want to do. There we go. Some of the stuff that I want to do here real quick is going to be only available at night. The first thing we're going to do is come over here and shoot this balloon. And I'm about to do something out of logic. And again, logic is a very common term, just common term in general when it comes to randomizers. Basically, the game checks for you to have certain things in order to do certain things. The following check that I'm about to do logically requires me to have Strong Kong, which is a donkey ability, where I jump in a barrel and I become invulnerable. And the reason the game expects me to do that is because this switch up here is surrounded by basically like thorns. You can see the barrel right here. These thorns will hurt me, but I can damage boost through these, get the ground pound, and check this out of logic. Now, if this ends up being something, I have to keep in mind that, okay, the game anticipates me to have Strong Kong by this point, so you can kind of deduce where certain moves have to be by certain points. Take a peek at what this is. And it's just a GB. We're not gonna go up for that. Really great quality of life thing that I believe Spike Vegeta came up with. Spike Vegeta, of course, another big fan of DK64 randomizer. He came up with the idea for barrel. Originally, he called it barrel size matches contents. Basically, the bonus barrels will tell you what's inside of them. Actually, while I'm over here, let me do this. Do this. Again, another thing we're going to do out of logic. The barrels used to just have a bland text or texture on them. But now you can actually see what they have in them, so you don't have to waste your time doing mini games that you're not supposed to do. We're going to do another thing out of logic here. This is going to be the Lanky Attic. This check logically expects you to have homing ammo, which we do not have. But we're going to do it anyway, because it's pretty darn easy, even without homing ammo. Got another GB there on that metal check. So yeah, these enemies are normally like really, really fast in the vanilla game, but because we're playing randomizer, their speeds are random. You can just shoot them out of the sky. This is just a health refill. I'll pick it up just to show. That's just a health refill. So this, not needed. I think I want to go back over here, and we are gonna open up the path. Let's see here. We're gonna open up the path to the owl tree. Grab these. I'm gonna shoot this switch up here. If Lanky will pull the grape shooter out, there we go. And let's see, we only have access to one thing over here, but there is a banana warp that I can grab. So I can actually come back over here a little bit later if there's a reason to, or perhaps maybe I'm playing towards some density. There's a lot of checks over here, actually. At least as far as, you know, dense areas go. Let's see what our friend the Kasplat here has. Anything? Nothing. Okay. I think that's it I want to do here. Let's actually check some more kind of overworld stuff. This is DK Isles. Take a little peek at what this barrel is. Okay, that is a move that requires Simian Spring, which is a Diddy move. Here. So that's something to keep in mind. Grab this. Let's go to Man, this start is very... This is a tough start. This is a very challenging opening for a seed. The game is not giving you a lot of moves. The 3 levels that you currently have, not a lot of access to things. Whoops. Get up there. There we go. Little restrictive. Little restrictive, but... I think we are eventually we're going to run out of things we can even do. So, we ended up getting Punch. So this potentially could have been something you rushed over to early on just because of that early Punch hint. Ah? Okay, all right. So that's a very good thing to find. We can go into level 4 now. We can also just dive underwater in general. So now, all of a sudden, this level completely opened up. Like, this is now... We can access a ton of stuff in this level. Just shoot these as well. Come on. Okay, another blueprint for Lanky. We have 2 now. I'm not exactly sure... how much of this I want to do. Let's see. So Aztec costs 6 to get in. I don't know what level 4 costs. So at the very least, I want to come over here and open up the lighthouse area. Lighthouse area, this whole section of the map has a ton of stuff. This is one of the most dense areas in the entire game. We have a Kasplat over here, we have a dirt patch, we have the donkey check, we have chunky ship, we have the mermaid, we have a bunch of stuff over here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to play this triangle. This is simultaneously going to kill the Kasplat and open up a door to a check we can potentially do. So many banana medals, oh my goodness. Diving also gives us the ability to raise the water level in this level here. Which some things do require you to do that. Certain checks do, at least. Got a little on-guard chest down here that we can break. Got a GB out of it. And one last thing that I want to do here before we leave is I am going to do... Actually, 2 things I want to do before I leave. Is we're going to do the chunky... Whoa! Okay, that was weird. Never seen that before. I got some weird skew there. That was interesting. We are going to do a cool little trick here with Chunky. Normally, you have to punch all of these barrels. But I'm just going to punch a few of them and then take a peek at what this is. Oh! Okay. That is Rocket Barrel Boost. Okie dokie. Come on, game. Okay, what is this? Something I want? No. We're just gonna leave. So Rocket Barrel Boost is not only just a really good move as Diddy, but that's a hard required move. And the reason we know that that's hard required is because we got a hint earlier that said that the Cave's Rocket Barrel check is Way of the Horde. So kind of what you can do in this randomizer is start to kind of make a list in your head of, there's a good chance that I'm gonna get a hint later on that tells me that Chunky's banana medal in Galleon is on the path to something. It's required for something, whatever the case may be. So if that is the case, I don't even need to write it down. I can just be like, oh, yep, I know why that was required. And you can kind of minimize your note-taking that way. Also, this cycle is very wrong, but that's okay. This is Womp's Fortress. We call this Womp's Fortress. Oh, God, okay. All right, so we're going to get 3 checks here. 1, 2. We're going to drop down here and get 3, and then we are going to leave. We're going to get out of here. Boom. All right. So now we have 13 GBs. Let's see if that little play I just made there to kind of boost my GB count a little bit is going to pay off. Because again, I just got access to this. I don't know what this B locker is going to say. This is probably going to be like Japes. Yeah, I was going to say this is probably going to be Japes. All right, 5 more hints. Ooh, okay. So DK in Forest gets me Diddy, and I'll be totally honest, it's probably going to be that Blast Pad course. Lobbies are completely dead this seed. Lobbies are just empty. Are you kidding me? Did I do it perfectly? Oh, it was a 23, darn it. Oranges for key 8. Oh, interesting. That is a very rare required orange throwing. Okay, that's interesting. Japes for key 4. Okay, so very likely have a situation here where key 4 is just going to be on a random Japes medal once we get access to this. Aztec Fleet Tiny. Okay, so that is what we're going to go do next. That is going to be what we do right now. This check that I'm about to do is diving locked. You have to have diving in order to check this. So when we were here the first time, we actually weren't able to do this. Lighthouse is an area where I'm glad it gets hinted foolish. Yeah, Lighthouse is definitely one of those areas where, like, in my opinion, I do think that there's a feeling of, I would probably full clear this level or this area of Galligan no matter what, because you're either going to get a bunch of moves or you're going to get GBs. And still, see what he has. Another GB. We need to get to 23 to get into Japes, so let's make sure we grab this one. We're going to come over here, grab these smalls. That should put us at 28. I do not have access to 12 more with Donkey, unfortunately. So we're in Angry Aztec right now. Angry Aztec is normally the the second level in the game. This level is basically hard locked behind Guitar. That gate right there, I need Guitar to open that gate. And without Guitar, the only things I really have access to in this level are what's inside this temple, everything else you've seen me do in this level, and that's it. So Guitar is a very, very powerful move to find. We sort of, oh no! No, 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 no. I can't believe he didn't catch me. You know what? I'm glad you guys got to see that. I'm glad you guys got to see that. That's what happens when a cop finds you. There you go. There you go. That is what happens. All right, so anyway, what I was saying, that actually kind of sucks. What I was saying was we sort of compare Diddy's Guitar to, like, the hook shot, right? Your hook shot in OOT is, like, one of the best moves you can find, and it's very, very unlikely that you'll ever beat a seed without it. Beating a seed without, like, oh my, he's all the way up here. Beating a seed without Guitar is very, very rare. Check this. Exponentially rare. Do I want to do this? kind of do. Gotta get to 23. I kind of do. So here's a cool thing you can do. We have orange throwing. When this opens, boom! Everything but the fireball will die. Spiders take 2 hits from the oranges, but everything else other than the fireballs dies in 1 hit. And of course, I'm getting constant fireballs. Go to first person, throw a thing. Oh, I didn't throw it. Okay, that was weird. The spider takes 2 anyway. It doesn't really matter. He escaped. I think this is 1 more room. Oh, there you go. That's a very, very fast way to clear that room out. If you have orange throwing. Grab this GB. Oh, he's gonna respawn. That, yep, yep, I was like, that cop's gonna respawn. Wanted to take the time to make sure I got rid of him. I don't want to get kicked out again. Another fun thing you can do with oranges is this cool little zip. So you can sink underwater. So we don't allow that trick unless you have diving. That trick is, you could do that once you have orange throwing, but that's kind of an out of logic thing we don't want people to. Is this going to be blast? Yep, it sure is. Okay. So we now have access to the forest baboon blast course, which we are operating under the assumption that that is probably going to be Diddy Kong. So come up here, let's check one more thing. We do have access to this. We have grape shooter. Normally this checks to see if you have grape shooter because it's a lanky thing. But we're actually going to do it with donkey because coconuts, believe it or not, coconuts do more damage than grape shooter. There's a lot of people that probably don't know that all of the projectiles in this game have different damage values. Chunky's pineapple launcher does the most damage, followed by the coconut gun and peanut guns that do the same. I believe Featherbow does more than grape shooter. So that's your tier list. I'm pretty sure grape shooter is the worst, I think. It's one of the two. Basically, the way we think about it is never shoot any enemy or anything like that with lanky. I kind of want to do this. Never shoot an enemy that you're attempting to dispose of with lanky or tiny unless you absolutely have to. So, I am being corrected that they are both the same. That grape and feather are the same, which is makes sense. If anybody out there has ever tried to kill one of those like Kasplat enemies, the guys that drop blueprints normally, if anybody's ever tried to kill one of those guys with either grape shooter or featherbow, it takes approximately 15 years. And we're trying to go fast, so we're not going to do that. All right, back to forest. This early game has been just kind of bounce back and forth between the first 3 levels. We still don't have access to another dirt patch. And I'm starting to think we need to get access to key 4 so that we can get to a dirt patch. Pretty sure that that is what the game wants me to do. So I showed off a fast way to climb this mushroom. I'm going to show you another fast way to climb this mushroom. This one involves donkey. You're going to climb up this mushroom, and you're just going to kick over like this. Or you're going to hit the post and miss. We're going to try that again. Yeah, the hitbox on this post is a little bigger than it looks. There we go. Okay. Grab some of these so that we can get the donkey medal. Anything? Nope, just a GB. Okay. All right. I'm going to bet that this is Diddy Kong. I was right. Okay. This check is awful. This check is one of the worst checks in the game. And there is a non-zero chance that I fail it. You skip this check at all opportunities. It's slow. These hitboxes are not... These hitboxes are a little jank. I'm being a little nice about it. So. And if you miss, you got to do the whole thing again. There's no checkpoints. Specifically ones with, like, the targets that I'm aiming at. Don't miss. All right, we got it. Okay. That is unironically one of the scarier. This is... Okay, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. This is fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We're gonna be totally fine. This is fine. I'm totally not gonna fail this. Totally fine. Totally fine. Okay. So I was talking about jank. This minigame has gone through a lot of changes. Originally, these enemies... So, normally, if you boot up DK64 and you play one of these minigames, they're normally Kremlins. When the randomizer came out, we decided, well, why would we not just make the enemies here random? The problem with that is a lot of enemies in this game deal damage to you on contact. The Kremlins... The Kremlins punch you. And the problem is, when the Kremlins get too close to you, your gun kind of phases through them, and you can't actually hit them. So, this is DK64. This is... I don't want anybody misunderstanding what this game is. This is, as I said... This is DK64. Oh my goodness. All right, we gotta do this. I can't do this with another Kong. You're being forced to do this with Donkey. Holy smokes. This is some rough... I kind of want to, like, stagger them. Maybe if I stagger them, it'll be easier. So you're seeing right here, these coconuts are taking 2 shots to... You're seeing these coconuts are taking 2 bullets, right, to kill each of them. If this would have been chunky, each pineapple, if I was like shooting with pineapple launcher, this would have been, they all would have died in 1 shot. I can't believe I got hit that one time. Wow. All right, I need to focus here. I need to stop screwing around. Oh, okay. So he's gonna spawn late. Actually, this is fine, because then I could do this. I got them on, like, a little bit of a different spawn pattern now. Might be better. Okay, you're gonna be up here now, then you're gonna go here, then he's gonna spawn. Yeah, they're gonna, like, stack on top of each other. Whoa, okay. Got 8 seconds. Can we survive? 8 more seconds. We got it. Okay. No joke. That is an extremely janky, stressful minigame. Whew, okay. We're through. We got it. And there's Diddy Kong. All right. Okay. We did it. Oh man. That was pretty rough. That was a rough thing we just had to do. All right, take a peek at what's up here now. That's nothing. You can get out of the way. And now we have access to a couple other things. I still need to get to 23 GB, so there's no point in me leaving. We're in this level. We just got access to all of the Diddy checks, so let's do those. Oh, spring. Okay, let me bounce on the thing, please. No, that is guitar, and do I want to leave? I'm gonna leave for now. I'm gonna leave for now and go to Aztec. Aztec is probably going to be faster checks per minute than Forest at the current moment, and I also just now got access to the entire back half of this level. All right, you're gonna soon see how powerful this guitar is. Was that out of logic with a rank stand? Yes. So that check I just got, guitar. Because that's a lanky check, it's at the top of the mushroom. That expects you to have a rank stand. I don't have a rank stand. So I now have to keep in the back of my mind, at some point, the game is probably going to push me towards a rank stand. Now, a rank stand, for all intents and purposes, a rank stand, like, basically has to be in these first 3, maybe the first 4 levels. I'd be very surprised if it was in, like, Japes. But yes, that was very out of logic. But we press on. A rank stand is definitely the move in this randomizer that you go out of logic with it, probably more than any other move. Maybe, like, the only other thing close is, like, maybe, like, Baboon Balloon, I guess, maybe? Oh. Grab this. What do you have? I'm buying all of these? I'm buying 2 of them, at least. Yeah, so the reason why that's not considered in logic is because the logic of this randomizer, how it places things, it doesn't take tag anywhere into account. And really, the randomizer community kind of prefers it that way. We prefer to play with tag anywhere, but we like the fact that it doesn't take tag anywhere into account because it allows us to deduce what the game is expecting us to have at any given moment. That is an expensive GB I just bought. Holy smokes. Holy crap. Oh man, the coffee's cold. Good time. Oh man, do I just want to push some GBs here? I feel like I probably should. Oh, come on, game. Okay, that was not a GB, that was just a crown. Also get to show off some fun little Diddy movement. Diddy's fun. Diddy's probably the second best Kong. I should say the second most fun Kong to move around the game in. Move around the game with. That is a GB. But as you can see, Donkey with this roll, this is going to be our form of movement the remainder of the scene. We are not going to be moving around unless we're collecting colored bananas like this. We're not going to be moving around as anybody else other than Donkey. All right, let's check what the Vulture has. So this whole back half of Aztec is all guitar locked. Check what the Vulture has. He will tell us. And he has a potion. Okay. Potions are good. Potions are potentially things we want. So a fun thing that I've noticed about this seed is I have not received my Helm hint yet. And I also have not received any K. Rool hints yet. Which basically means I don't know what moves I need for endgame. I don't know if Diddy's going to be required for K. Rool. I don't know if it's going to be Donkey, Chunky, Lanky. I have no idea at the current moment. We're almost 50 minutes in. So, potentially a frightening thing here. See what this move is. This is a purple move. Purple moves are good. They're tiny moves. That's not a purple. That is barrel throwing. Okay. That looked purple as it was flickering. It is not purple. That is barrel throwing, and that is a very good Finding that is like... I was going to say, we found the, like, final training move. All right, that's a good thing to find. Finding that is very good. Grab the medal here with Diddy. I would really like to get to 23 without dumping these blueprints. That would be great. Grab these. Snide's right there. We could dump the... Okay, that's not a good move to find. Gorilla Grab is synonymous with a lot of really crappy checks in the game. I really hope that is not needed for anything. Gorilla Grab locks some of the worst checks in the game. Logically, at least. How much is this blueprint? I don't have any donkey blueprints yet. Sure, I'll buy it for $2. All right, let's also mark some more moves. We also had guitar back in forest. Inside the mushroom. We'll also buy a chunky one. Chunky's got a lot of money. I'll give you guys my immediate thoughts. I think there is a very good chance that a boss... I have only checked one boss door, but I have reason to believe that there is a boss door that is going to have a blue vial in it, and that blue vial is going to be Orangstein. And you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, well, shouldn't you go get that? No, I don't want that move. That move is very, very skippable. And also, as I mentioned at the top of this, this is actually a tournament race that I'm currently using as my submission video. Anybody that fights a boss to get a rank stand, that is what we like to refer to in the randomizer community as you're down bad. You're down bad if you fight a boss and you get a rank stand for it. So I'm gonna try to avoid that as best I can. And I am also, before we go into Japes, I'm gonna show off another cool little out of logic thing we can do now with barrel throwing. A lot of fun things you can do once you get barrel throwing and you have Chunky. Because like the DK rap says, Chunky can pick up boulders with relative ease. And because of that, we can jump on said barrels, or just on said boulders, and get to areas that we're not supposed to get to. So I'm gonna drop this right here. Well, let me place it a little better. We're gonna drop this boulder right here. I'm gonna swap to Diddy. We're gonna jump up here, and in midair, I'm gonna swap to another Kong, which extends my hitbox, and I'm gonna get in this bonus barrel that has a move out of logic. Normally this requires spring. Also, this is the really fast one. I actually kind of need to pay attention. See what this is? See what this is? Huh, okay. So not incredibly useful, but still a move we now have. So we now know, that's actually, well, we don't know yet. It's tough to tell if that move is going to be useful or not. I do not want to do this. And we're going to quit out from here. We're going to put that in Creme Island. And then we're going to do another fun thing. We're going to do another fun out of logic thing. Yay! So we have boulders. We can pick up boulders. First thing we're going to do, we're actually going to do this the intended way. And then we're going to do something very, very, very out of logic. God, another banana. My goodness. All right. We're going to take this boulder and we're going to walk it. We're going to babysit it. We're going to walk all the way over here. We're going to place it down. The game's very finicky about where it lets you put it. Gotta like, I think you have to be like off the, where can you put it? Put it down, Chunky. Chunky? It's like a dog, right? Put it down. There we go. Okay. We're gonna do the same thing. No, don't go in the level. That would be bad. Diddy, come on. Stand on the thing. Oh, did I put it too close? I wonder if I put it too close. Might be, no, this should be fine. Not the camera. Okay, and Tiny. Hey, all right, out of logic family. All right, let's go. That's really good. That is very, very good. So That dirt, which we refer to as roof dirt, that check requires a lot of things. That check requires barrel throwing, it requires trombone, it requires rocket barrel, a lot of stuff, and we just circumvented that whole process just by using that boulder and jumping up there. So that was a very, very cool. A very good thing to see and do and find. As of right now, I'm not super interested in getting back into this level. There's other things I want to go do. We are actually here just to buy 2 more GBs. Well, actually, I want to see how much this is. Okay, so we're going to buy this. We're going to buy this one with Donkey. And then we're also going to buy this key, which I have to imagine is probably just going to be key 5. Get in there with Donkey. Okay. Okay. So now we finally have access to Japes. I'm so happy. Like, a lot of the stuff that the seeds allowed me to show off has been really cool, which is awesome. That boulder trick there is, like, such a good one to learn early on. And it's very easy. There's no, like, specific placement for the boulder. You just gotta put it down and get a backflip up there with Diddy, so. I don't know how much money I have. I'll probably just buy this too. Yep, that's key 5. Ooh, okay, so we have access to 10 more hints. Do I want to get those before I go to Japes? I think I do. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think getting the hints before we go to Japes is a pretty good idea. Also, we still need to find caves. We still need to find caves. Now, there is a chance that caves is going to try to get us back into logic by giving us trombone in order for us to get tiny, which would not be great, but hopefully we can avoid that. So, over here first. Let's go check out what level 7 is. Normally, this is Castle. And we do need to go into Castle, because Castle meta rewards our path to key 7. So. Okay. So it is Vanilla Castle. Vanilla level 7 Castle. Foolish, bananas and caves. That is a great hint. Caves banana medals are terrible. They are probably the worst in the game. Okay, we need to go in here. Oops, no. I wrote that down wrong. Okay. Need to come in here to buy something. Interesting. How many GBs does it take to get in here? 46. Japes Lowlands. Okay, that is a area that we are about to have access to. Still no K-Rule hints. Absolutely none. That's actually kind of bonkers. It's kind of crazy. That normally does not happen. Come on, buddy. Do I care about this? Whoop, now I don't. Now I certainly don't. I don't know why I didn't grab that ledge. Normally you just grab that ledge and you'll be fine. Galleon Caverns. Okay, so this is an example of a hint that is pointing to a region that we checked out earlier. That gave us diving. That gave us diving. So we need to keep in mind, okay, what did diving get us? Whoops. Japes. All right, Japes is like surprisingly empty. Let's go to lobby 6, which is normally caves. I actually would kind of like it to be caves because I can do 3 checks in caves lobby. And I know that they're probably not going to be like GB. I mean, they're not going to be moves or anything like that, but I would still like to get more GBs because we're a little GB poor at the moment. It's factory, which process of elimination means that this is caves. Touch the thing. Yeah, do the thing. 42. Giant mushroom inside for... Ooh, okay. Okay, for Lanky. That got us guitar, and guitar got us barrel throwing. All right, cool. That's how you can piece these things together. Fungi forest metals. Berlanky. Okay. I have not gotten anything on those yet. Testing area. Oh, we need to go in here. Testing area for 8. Testing is referring to this level here. It's factory. Igloo area. Oh, we're getting a lot of key 8 hints now. Okay. Jump up the thing. A lot of key 8 hints. Castle dirt. Top floors. We need castle dirt. Okay. All right, we have a lot of things we can go do. Okay. Let me go back to Japes now. Foolish means that that area has nothing. You don't need it. Don't have jump. I have not gotten anything on the forest metals. Nothing. Okay. So I don't think I have. I haven't written anything down. So we're finally in Japes. We need to do a couple things in Japes. Most notably, just the banana metal checks, because we have them double hinted to us. We're looking for anything that points us towards key 4, as well as things that potentially point us to key 8. So, key 8 requirements, because key 8 is always in Helm, the things you can kind of look for when it comes to key 8 are instruments, because obviously the gimmick of Helm is you got to play all the instruments. So, once we figure out our Helm order, we could view the key 8 hints as, okay, it's pointing me towards that instrument. It could also be pointing you towards, I can't see what that is. It could also be pointing you towards one of 2 moves. In order to get up to the top of Helm, we need Monkey Ports, which is a tiny move. And to cross the final pit of lava to get over to the door, we need Gorilla Gone. So those are 2 things we need. And we have neither of them yet. So, still a pretty hefty list of things we need to even consider ourselves to be in a go mode. There's so many songs in this item rando that I don't even know what they are. Or in the randomizer, I don't even know what they are. But they just sound so good. Whoa, I bounced on him. Cool. Lowlands are foolish, but once again, I'm a little GB poor for this being this deep in the seed. So we're doing, a lot of the checks in Japes are very fast. So, and you can string together these ones here pretty easily with what we have. This, I'm gonna shoot over it. Ah! I talked smack, dude. I talked smack. We're gonna do it again. I talked smack and I shot over it. The hitboxes for these barrels are a little bad. Hey, no, but there's nothing wrong with admitting the hitboxes here are a little jank. Nothing wrong with it. There we go. Get the GB for it. Because then you can drop down, shoot the balloon, throw the boulder, drop underground. Like, this whole thing routes together pretty darn well. Got these smalls. Throw the boulder. Boulder is kind of synonymous with my stream. I have forgotten that that boulder exists many times before. I'll be honest, like, my execution this seed, I really haven't felt like I've messed up too many things. The worst thing was the donkey minigame to get Diddy. I failed that a number of times. Which I can almost assure you that there's a couple people in this race that did not fail that. At least if they failed it, they probably didn't fail as many times as I did. Cool little out of logic thing you can do here is jump up to these vines as Diddy, because Diddy can jump really high. Try to land on this dude. Nope. Okay. He was gonna shockwave, so let's just deal with him. Get him out of here. Ooh. Okay. That's our first tiny move. It's probably the one that isn't it's not the most useful tiny move. It allows us to do a lot of fun little movement strats, but ponytail twirl is really not that great of a thing to find. I would have really loved to define mini monkey. Mini Monkey definitely is the... Ooh. Our first family shop. What this is... 20 seconds. No. I'm stingy. I said 20 seconds, 20 seconds. That's what you're getting. What do you have? I'm fast on the trigger. I didn't need to buy that. That does literally nothing. I basically just threw $8 on the ground. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're trying to go fast. Get up there. Okay, trying to peek these cages. So far I haven't seen anything really of note. Too good. Nothing to write home about. Banana medals. Number 1. There's key 4. All right, so that hint's done. We were told that banana medals and japes were going to give us key 4. It just straight up gave us key 4. That's great. It also gives us access to caves. We won't discuss what that is, but that's Pog. That's great. I'm happy we found that. I'm happy we got to see it. We don't really have time to discuss what that is. But that is the Pog item to find in this game. Let's get up here. Check this guy. Also gonna get us the chunky banana medal by doing this. As you can see, our GB count now is like skyrocketing. Not you. Who is it? Gonna be Lanky or Tiny. Tiny's... Ooh. Tiny's banana medal... Don't think I have access to it. I actually don't think I have access to that. At least not yet. Another fun little strat here. You can kick jump up these slopes. Once again, showcasing that Orangutan is basically useless. Get in here. This will get us the Lanky medal. Take a peek at what this is. That's just a rainbow coin. We don't want it. Shoot the balloon, please. Okay. Okay, it is the Tiny medal. Eee, that's no good. Oh boy, okay. So the Tiny medal here in Japes has something. And I do not have access to it yet. Because I do not have enough moves to get it. That's a little stressful. We basically need Mini Monkey and Featherbow in order to get her banana medal. We know all of these are nothing. We're just looking for GBs. We don't care what that is up there. Check the shop, and then, yep, we're going straight to caves. We're going immediately into caves. Sure. This will probably be the last GB I buy. That's probably going to be the last GB we purchase. Yeah, let's just go straight to caves. We're going to get more hints, more checks. Yeah, let's go straight to caves. Caves Igloo. Orange throwing, which potentially could be pointing us towards something. Got the caves barrel that we can jump into with Diddy. Oh, wrong word. So far, this qual has been pretty good, Hatsune. We're doing a... This is, of course, the GDQ submission video, so I'm doing a lot more, I guess, explaining than I normally do. But so far, it's been good. Another banana medal, wonderful. I think I have, like, a lot of banana medals. Let's grab this. It's fast enough. Okay. All right, if this is a GB, I think I'll show off this since we have orange throwing. What is this? Okay, let's show this off. So normally this requires strong Kong, but with orange throwing, you can line this up. Come on, hit me. Hit me. And then we could use the iframes, roll across. And this will death warp us to the entrance of this lobby, so. Getting closer and closer to that number that we need to get both into factory and into castle. Crown, we don't need that. Picked it up anyway, just because we could. Nothing wrong with picking it up. More hints. Cave's tiny 5-door cabin. I don't have saxophone. That's unfortunate. I think one of these is probably going to give me saxophone, though. Galleon Caverns for Diddy. Okay. That hint kind of doesn't matter because I have both Diddy moves anyway, so it's kind of whatever. There we go. Okay, we have our helm order. And those are 3 instruments I don't have. Okay, that's great. Worry about that. One last hint door. 4 shops. A lot of this seems to be on the path to that rocket barrel and peanuts. Well, no, yeah, it was just rocket barrel. The rocket barrel reward for Chunky, I guess. Yeah, interesting. All right, let's get in here. So we went from having no K-roll hints to all of them. We now know that Lanky will be part of the K-roll fight, which means I need to find Trombone. We also know that Diddy will be part of K-roll, and I have everything you need for the Diddy phase. I have Rocket Barrel and Peanuts. That third and final Kong, we likely are not going to know who that is until I'm literally on the way up to Helm and I can kind of look at this wall at the very top of it and see who the last Kong is. Kind of a scary situation, but hopefully it's not too bad. Don't know anything about these banana medals. There's a couple banana medals in this level that are relatively fast to get. One of them being Donkey's. Donkey's banana medal in caves is very fast to get, but we will play towards that a little bit. I should probably go in there, maybe. If we're gonna do the banana medal, let me just go in here. Try to shoot this balloon, that way I can just hopefully get another blueprint. Nope, not high enough. Perhaps I get another blueprint, a GB maybe. There we go. Check these shops. Not gonna check this. We have a lot of things hinted to us, so we can kind of be a little more aggressive towards rushing our progression here. Diddy's banana medal, another one that's pretty quick. So hopefully, once again, we're just looking for fast GBs, blueprints, anything that's going to make the end game a little more efficient. We need to clear out this area anyway. I do only have... Ooh, this could potentially get a little dicey. Ooh, turn around. Okay. Don't move on me. Okay, grab this. And what do I have access to? I only have access to Diddy's room here. Diddy and Chunky, and that's it. Ooh. Not great. That's not great. But it's all right. We're going to move on. This pattern is random. That looks like a 1. I was right. That's probably a 4. 2? Nope, that's 3. This is 2. Yep. 3. 4. For that one. 6. Igloo. Igloo is hinted. Okay. Okay. That is a thing now. Cool. I do not want to leave yet. That's broad enough. That's just broad enough that I don't want to not check this. Oh, is this Pumpkin Hill? No, it is Pumpkin Hill. This was the song that I requested be put into the music rando. It's so good. Makes me so happy. I was a big Sonic Adventure 2 battle kid growing up. I am aware that it's not the best video game, but I played it a lot. I don't want to deal with this guy. Okay. And then you could just stand right here, and the item from this check will literally slam into you as it spawns here. It will run into me. There we go. That way we can just leave immediately. And we probably are just going to operate under the assumption that that feather bow is what that hint is talking about. Again, this is a race seed, so I don't want to go too far out of my way to show off things that I think are pretty fun. I think this... Whoop! Okay, that was not on purpose. That was the camera kind of screwing with me a little bit, so we're going to have to swim back over. I realized halfway through explaining what I was about to do that I can't even do it yet, so we're just gonna move on. Now, don't fall again. Please don't fall again. Cool. I'm gonna shoot this guy. I refer to this Kasplat as the Undertaker because sometimes he's the Undertaker and you are Mick Foley, and sometimes he just eats you off the side of the Hell in a Cell. And it's sad. Okay, that is a move. I want to take a peek at what this guy has up here. See what this guy has. It's a GB, I'll go get it. Sure, I'll pick it up. Do a little drive-by action here. Oh, I didn't want to fall. Okay, well, here's what we'll do. I didn't want to fall. We can grab another rocket barrel over here. What do you have? Nothing? Okay, cool. You can just grab this rocket barrel. Please? Okay. I'll get this guy on the way back. It's more important that I get this. Way more important that I get whatever this is. Grab the bananas. Okay, you know what? This gives me a great opportunity to explain. This minigame, infinitely easier with Diddy. Infinitely easier. This is the Kong you want to do this minigame with. Reason being, you'll notice that the peanuts, because there's two peanut guns, they fire in kind of this like cone shape. And it makes it way easier to hit them. And also, because Diddy is short, I'm not kidding, if the Kremlin tries to punch you, it will miss. The Kremlin has to do that attack where he like bites down at you to even hit you. Diddy's too short for the punch to actually... I'm not going to show you, but just take my word for it. I have had situations where like the Kremlin gets close to me and he punches me, but he misses because Diddy's too short. As you can see, this is like going way smoother than it did with Donkey. Like, we're gonna effortless... Like, none of these guys are even, like, gonna get close to hitting me. Yeah. Way easier. All right, this is hinted. What is this? Is this saxophone? That is trombone. Okay, that is... Okay, Tiny's face... Oh, I'm sorry, not Tiny's face. Lanky Face is done. We have everything we need for Lanky Face. That's cool. So, K. Rool is... basically doable? Not really, but there. All right, we have orange throwing hinted to us. So this is a check that requires orange throwing. Here's another one of those infamous infamous checks that I'm sure a lot of people growing up had a difficult time with. I'm going to show you a somewhat consistent way to deal with it. To get inside this guy here, we're gonna chuck some oranges. I need to get closer. That's gonna blow all three of them up. These guys here, we're just gonna shoot. Any guys that you could just shoot. Okay, that guy needs to be last. You need to be last, my friend. He's dead. Then we're gonna come over here and then he's dead. There you go. So those enemies are random. Wow, we need saxophone. We need to find saxophone. Okay, let's drop down here. Okay, game, sure. One last thing I'm gonna do here, and then I wanna, can I do the japes? Can I do Tiny's metal? I'm like racking my brain to see if there's enough. With just Featherbow, there's 1, 2. Yes, I can do it. I can actually do it. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to japes now. Get this tiny metal, which potentially be kind of funny. It might just be saxophone, so I can go back to caves and do the check I was thinking about doing there. Lobby check. This one's pretty quick. Let's see if it's a GB. How many GBs do I even have on my person? 9? We have 9. Okay, that's a decent amount. We're not going to be going out of our way too much longer to pick up GBs. What do I still need? I still need bongos. I need 3 things just for helm, or 4 things. I need bongos, I need saxophone, I need monkey ports, and I need Gorilla Gone. Now there is an additional hint that I could use to go find where monkey port is. I'm not in such bad shape that I'm going to play to that yet, but we can do that. We can actually get a monkey port direct hint to us. So, not going to do that yet, though. Whoops, wrong. Well, I guess I could just do this. Didn't mean to warp to... Whoa, okay. Okay, well, I guess I'm taking the vines. Donkey just really wanted to swing on some vines. And he really wanted to go underwater. Okay. I probably should have, like, just done this anyway when I was here, but get out of here. Go away. Personal space, dude. Personal space. Get in the thing. Let's break open this. Let's come all the way over here. Open up this. And I think that should be enough for Tiny's metal. Let's see. We got this balloon now we can shoot. We have... Oh, this will be enough. For sure. For sure this will be enough. I have it right here. 25, we get the 5 that are on top of the pad. We shoot 1 more balloon. Boom. Tiny metal. Very difficult thing to min-max when you're first starting out. Oh, it's Gorilla Gone. Okay, that's totally fine. Totally fine. That's something we needed anyway, no matter what. That just means now I want to go to... Let's see. Let's go to Factory. Go to Factory. Factory is level 6. Got a hint for Key 8 over here in Factory. Also, still worth checking the shops, still. Just in case there's just a move chilling in a shop. Unlike the other moves I've purchased so far, I'm actually going to see what they are. Like, I won't just immediately agree to buying it. I'll be like, all right, what do you have? And then I'll decide whether or not I want to buy it, all right? I mean, you have to come over here anyway, no matter what, to open up the testing area. So, over here, we'll slap this guy. That's fine. And I am going to get to... Way back when I was talking about, like, the cop enemies in this game. This is fast enough of a check. Do you just do it? Sure. You're walking over the pad. This, get these, fire immediately, go up. That's fine. So now I have 54 GBs. If I turn in all the blueprints, I have 54 GBs out of the required 60. Get into Helm, grab the warp. Slap this guy. Grab this. We're gonna leave. Not even gonna look what's up there. We're gonna punch this. Grab this dirt. Again, just min-maxing the checks. Whatever checks are fast. I'm gonna grab that. Now, this switch right here is what actually opens up the gate over to the testing area. So. Now, there is a chance that I can't do what it expects me to do over in the testing area. That would be a little stinky. That would be kind of bad. But hopefully it's fine. We're not thinking that way. We're not thinking negatively. We're thinking positively. Positive thoughts. All right. I was talking about the worst place for a cop to be in this game. Right here. Okay. This guy right here, if that dude is a cop, just be prepared to suffer is really the only way I can explain it. That is saxophone? Okay. That is easily the worst place one can be. All right, let's just check this shop real quick, and then we're gonna leave. We're kind of rushing to the end of this seed now, it looks like. Not many more things are gonna be required of us, I think. Yeah, because I just need to go... I need to go do this cabin, which probably is just going to give me... If I had to guess, and I feel like I've been pretty good with guesses so far. I think this is going to give me Mini Monkey. I think this is going to give me Mini Monkey. This check over here. We're slowly piecing together the end game of this. So the mid game to end game of this randomizer, it can approach very quickly. If the game is nice to you, as far as what it hints to you and what it doesn't hint to you, you can potentially figure out the chain of your go mode very fast. And based on what I have left in the game right now, have a feeling that we're getting kind of close to the end. So we're just gonna shoot this guy because I don't want to deal with him. These purple claptraps you have to kill with oranges. The robots you have to kill with oranges. Those teeth still over there? Yeah, I want you to go away. Robot, get out of here. Mini Monkey. Mini Monkey. Monkey Port. Mini Monkey. All right, so now we take this and we pivot it into another hint that we got earlier, which was the Galleon Treasure Room. The Galleon Treasure Room, the majority of the checks locked in the Galleon Treasure Room are Mini Monkey locked. Now, there are 3 checks. There are 3 checks that aren't. So this is the one part of this seed where if someone tried to dip into this treasure room without Mini Monkey, they save a lot of time on us. So let's see what happens here. So in order to open up the treasure room, you got to swim down here with Lanky. We are going to jump into this on guard box. Aim up. We're going to have to hit that star. There we go. That does, I believe it still logically requires you to raise the water level. You can actually make that jump without the water being up. It's a little tough, but not too much. Another example of why being able to swap Kongs is great there. You can swap in midair and grab the ledge with Lanky. Would really like to not see a move here. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna check these anyway, because again, this area is path to key 8. Oh, did not grab the thing there. Please grab, why are you turning the other way? Turn towards the thing. I promise it's not scary. Let's see if I can hover. Can't, that was a banana. I saw it. That was a banana. So yeah, so you needed a mini monkey to get whatever is in here. Now, there are 5 checks in here. This is the hype. You know, Link to the Past has Hype Cave. This is Hype Chest. Monkey Port. Immediate payout. Monkey Port right in front of you. So we are bongos and key 7 away from go mode. Now, you still maybe don't leave this area. Get out of first person. Because again, might be just 5 GBs chilling in here. Our end game is basically set in front of us. We need to find key 7. Potentially locked just behind a castle medal. That's another GB. And a blueprint, which I only have 1 as tiny, but that's fine. I'll pick it up. There's also something... Ooh. There is... Ooh, there's potentially some gimmick to this that I'm not anticipating yet, but we will see. See what happens. Pick this up. Cool. All right. Go to castle. I have on my person 59 GBs. We turn in those blueprints. I would like to minimize the amount of total turn-ins that I need. So ideally, we don't dump all of the blueprints, especially like if we only have like 2 or 1. It kind of loses its purpose. You're seeing me do a little cute little out of logic trick here. So now I have 60. If I turned in every blueprint I have right now, I have 60. So if we get this key 6 immediate, or key 7 immediately, we are basically in go mode. All right. So castle medal rewards, path to key 7. I don't know which castle medal it is. So we are just gonna take the, what I consider the most optimal route through this. And I have done a lot of seeds. I've routed banana medals in castle quite a few times. We are gonna just follow the path that I normally follow. Is that gonna hit? Nope. Go. Go down here. Whoa! Hit that first. Just in case. Well, just hit it. Just hit it, just in case. Just hit it. I didn't mean to splat there. So one thing I didn't mean to do. Well, let's see. Do you have a blueprint? Make it a little more efficient? Sure. Pick you up. So I really don't want to turn in that chunky blueprint. Okay, grab this. Okay, we're gonna jump down here. Shoot this Diddy balloon. I probably should have actually went in there and talked to Funky. Oh, I'm not close enough. Get close. Wow. I'm running out of ammo. Go. There are ammo boxes down here? There are. Let's grab some ammo before we leave. On the way up here. Do I want to just go talk to him and fill my ammo? Now, let's just grab this little pack right here. Grab this. There we go. I just gave us 15 bullets. We're good. Okay. I do think my early game, if we're now critiquing my performance this seed, I do think my early game was a little slow. Took me a little while to find the barrel throwing and the diving. But other than that, I think this has been fine. I think this has been a relatively straightforward seed. I don't know if it will sub 2 yet, because we don't quite know the final little gimmick of this. We're gonna see, but I'm actually just gonna run right by you. Don't even care what's in the shop. Oh! I cannot get the chunky metal. I can't get the chunky metal. At least I don't think I can. Well, I can. It will be very, very difficult. Getting the chunky metal without... this is where the balloons are, yeah. Getting the chunky metal without pineapple launcher is a little finicky. There's a very, very specific set of colored bananas you need to pick up in order to do it. I'm hoping that it's just like right here. Oh. Diddy's was nothing. Still gonna collect these along the way though. Obviously we don't know, so. These also, let me grab the oranges. How many oranges do I have? 18? Okay, that's fine. More than enough. So that's gonna set us up with 30. Again, 40 is the magic number. 40 gets you the check. We're going to get 40 with Donkey and 40 with Tiny on the way up as we climb, because we still need to go all the way to the top to get the dirt up here anyway. And I'm actually going to take a little bit of a shortcut to get up there, and then we will actually warp back down, is how we're going to route this out. Don't be a fast enemy, because I don't want you to knock me off the edge. We're just going to run right past this guy. Don't need to kill him. Don't need to waste our time. I don't really want to fall here, so let's just be a little safe. Wow, it's going to make me work for this, isn't it? Jump in the rocket barrel. Go all the way to the top. Just in case this is the vial. I doubt it. All right, so this is the check from earlier. This is Castle Dirt. Pop this open. That is bongos. Okay. So... Huh. What was... I wonder... Ooh. Okay. And kind of an oversight by me. Oh, God. Okay. I need to go back and see what Candy has. Because there is a chance, there is a slight chance that that could be something we very much need. There's like one thing in particular that Tiny could, or Candy could sell me that I really want. That probably was a little unnecessary, but it's fine. I'm just gonna... No, I need key 7. I need to keep going. I was thinking like, oh, do I need to keep going? Yeah, I need to keep going. Lanky's metal is also kind of being a little obnoxious here. There's a backup I can do to get Lanky's metal, but I was kind of hoping just between Diddy, Tiny, and Donkey I could get it. The key 7, that's undoubtedly here. Come on, just give it to me. Be the thing that I want. That's not it. Okay, game, fine. You win. Go over here. Let me buy whatever this is. This might just be like pineapple launcher. To get Chunky's metal. That would actually be kind of funny. Oh, is this pineapple launcher just for Chunky's metal? I'm gonna be sad. Yes, it is. No. Okay. Up until this point, this has been routed very well. I forgot to check this. I forgot to look at the shop. That is unfortunate, because now this is like almost guaranteed to be the key 7. That I just completely blanked on it. It's fine. Is this the one? No, I gotta go this way. Completely blanked on it. Alright, gonna give me key 7 game. Huh. Oh. Huh. I'm shocked. I expected that to be that. Huh. So what do I need Pineapple Launcher for? I probably need Pineapple Launcher to get something for the logic of the seed, because believe it or not, I'm still ridiculously out of logic because of all the early stuff I was doing. So that's a little fascinating. Cool. So now this is how we're gonna actually get Lanky's medal. Come over here. Ooh, that was a fireball. Oh, okay. There it is. All right, sick. And this will just mean 1 less GB we got to turn in. Okay. So, we have achieved potentially go mode. I do not know yet, but it is highly likely. Now, there is a way that this seed could potentially be really bad. But we won't think about it too much, because there's a chance it doesn't even really come to fruition. I am hoping that there is not a chunky phase of K. Rool. And the reason I'm hoping for that is because if, as I mentioned before, we didn't have K. Rool hints for a really long time, but now we have all of them. But they only pointed to 2 different Kongs. I got multiple hints for Lanky's phase and multiple hints for Diddy's phase. The game can only give you 5 K. Rool hints just because we have a finite amount of hints. Which means that third Kong is random, right? I don't know who that third Kong is going to be. If it's Donkey, we're good. I could beat Donkey's phase with what I have, which is nothing, because Donkey's phase doesn't require anything. I can beat Tiny's phase, because Tiny's phase requires Featherbow and Mini Monkey. We have both. If it's a Chunky phase, I really do not have access to Chunky's phase. I would need to go find Hunky Chunky, and I would also need to go find a Simian Slam. This is a funny song to be here. Where are we going first? We're going to Tiny. Okay, so you saw the requirements there. Monkey Port and Gorilla Gone. Actually go over here and let's knock out some mini games. We got to do 6 mini games to get out of Helm. The mini games are random. I do not know what they're going to be. And we're also, hopefully, going to execute some cutscene skips that, on average, the first couple ones save maybe only anywhere, I want to say anywhere between like 8 to 10 seconds. The last one's the chunky one. The last one, oh, where did I get PTT? Holy crap. That's massive. So, oh my gosh, where did I get PTT? Oh my gosh. Okay, so that minigame I just did, that minigame hard requires PTT, and the alternative in that minigame, if you don't have PTT, is it's probably one of the hardest strats in the game. So the fact that we rolled that as the first minigame, there might be some people that, okay. There might be some people that are a little ticked off when they get to Helm. That's actually kind of nuts. So, all right. First cutscene skip. Let's see if we get it. It's a 5-frame window. We were too early. So this little thing that plays right here, you could skip this entire thing if you hit the cutscene skip. We were early on that one. The last one's the one you really want to get. I think I remember, was it PTT it was the first tiny move I got. It was Japes Underground. That's where it was. It was Japes Underground. That's where I got it. Ooh, that's not hinted either. That's just like a thing that it exists. So, ooh. This is a very slow minigame. Now would be a great time for some donations. This is one of the bad minigames. This is very, very slow. Yeah, we gotta collect 33 coins. Gotta follow the maze. We gotta make sure we don't get stuck on a guy because he's too thick. Okay. Here. I'll be totally honest, I haven't talked this much during a randomizer seed in a while. Just because I play so much of it, it's just my community, you know, I've been streaming DK64 randomizer basically as like my main channel game for the better part of 2 years. And through all of the GDQ hotfix shows I've been on 3 separate GDQ hotfixes for this randomizer, both in races and in solo showcases. The sheer amount of people that come to me nowadays and like, wow, like I saw your YouTube video, the race with Spike, I saw the stream, I saw your solo thing, and it made me want to try it and everything like that. The amount of support I've gotten ever since I started doing this randomizer has been just insane, and the opportunities that I've been awarded because of it are kind of hard to believe, to be totally honest. But I'm very thankful for all those, and hopefully getting this rando on the main stage at GDQ is the next one that we do. Next one we cross off the list. So I should not have... There we go. Should have shot that guy first. So, all right, next opportunity, cutscene skip. So when you're late, that's what happens. So you've seen what happens when it's early. You've seen what happens when it's late. Maybe I'll get one of them. That would be great. That would be a wonderful thing for us to accomplish. If I could get one of the cutscene skips. In one-on-one races, these cutscene skips are so, like, you clench a little bit, because I have had races with a lot of the people in this community decided by smaller margins than what these cutscene skips save. So always a little stressful. Is this another crappy minigame? This one's not great. I'll admit. This one is not great. Just more time for donations, right? That's what it's all about, right? So this one, instead of collecting the coins, we just have to KO all the enemies in this maze. I believe there's one that's flying around up here. Let's shoot you. Over here, let's knock out this Kremlin. Okay. Here, always follow the same pattern. The maze isn't random. The maze is the same every time. But once you learn the pattern to these mazes, it's go the same way every time. The enemies, of course, are different. But you go this way first. The last one we're going to deal with is this Kasplat over here. Get out of here. Okay, One more minigame left. If we don't have a tiny phase in K. Rool, I think this is a pretty safe sub 2. Tiny phase is by far the longest. It takes 2.5 minutes. It's basically an auto-scroller. There's no way to speed it up. Like, your execution really doesn't matter too much in a tiny phase of K. Rool. So we're just kind of hoping that we don't see it. Over there, right? No. Get one more beaver. One more Kasplat. Shoot him down. It's a little faster. And there's a skeleton guy. All right. Can we hit one of the cutscene skips? This is the longest one if we don't get it. There we go. We got the last one. Okay. We clutched it out. So that skips that entire ending cutscene. It saves like I think it's like 16 seconds it saves. And again, I have seen races decided by fewer margins. I personally have had races decided by fewer margins. All right, this is the moment of truth right here. This is a very, very scary moment because if I see Chunky's face, we are very far from go mode. But if we don't see Chunky's face, all right, we're in go mode and we don't even have a tiny face. So this is gonna sub 2. We have to pick up this key. This is key 8. Key 8 is always here. Let's go defeat K. Rool. So getting all the keys brings down this ship. The whole reason why we need the keys, and now we're gonna fight K. Rool. Donkey's phase. Donkey's phase is first. Donkey's phase requires nothing. Nothing at all. You're just gonna climb up on these turnbuckles, jump in the blast barrels, I guess, and launch yourself at K. Rool. The pattern is also always the same. Oh, I kind of messed. Let me do this again. Get off the thing, Donkey. Climb this up and climb up again. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You saw me do that cute little thing where I jumped and then the barrel spawned, so it spawns. It basically spawns with me in it. Cute little time save there. 2, 3, 4. It's 3 bobs, 4 bobs, 5 bobs. Bob's your uncle. Whatever the joke would be. This one's gonna be 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's Donkey's phase. Incredibly fast. The fastest phase out of all of them. Also, I am gonna pull up the race room now. Yeah, Connor was in this race. Connor finished about 10 minutes ago, and I could understand probably how he did it. Connor is, again, one of the best, if not the best, DK64 players in the world. World record holder, I believe, in 101% still on console. And he is very, very good at the randomizer, obviously, due to his experience with the game, so. Here, we'll see if we can do the cool Diddy strat here. Not gonna bother getting that one set up. Let's just shoot it. Okay. Let's see if we can get the... I think I'm a little too low. Nope, yeah, I'm a little too low. So you can actually get the peanuts to phase through the light switch itself and hit the one on the other side. I think I'm either too far away or too high up. Obviously you have like very minimal time to line yourself up before he starts throwing gloves at you, so. All right, we have one phase left. It is Lanky, and then that's going to be GG. And that's going to be the end of my submission video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this. I love this randomizer. It's one of my favorite things to play. It's completely changed my life over the course of the last 2 years, and I would absolutely love nothing more than to showcase it at a live GDQ event. It is unironically a very big bucket list thing for me. And hopefully I don't mess up this. Well, I already messed it up. This Lanky phase can either go really, really smooth or really, really bad. But you gotta not have Lanky punch there. So now my cycles are all gonna be off. Spike just finished. Okay, so we're not gonna come in second. Aussie Spike. Oh, wow, Aussie Spike just sniped me. Honestly, me forgetting to check the candy shop in Castle cost me second place. That actually 100% just cost me second place. That is very unfortunate, because he's only going to beat me by about 30 seconds, maybe, if that. But hey, it happens. All right, one more slip on the banana. Hey, we'll be down for the count. Which way is he going to go? Okay, we're good. When he slips, it is GG. And GG. There we go. He beat me by a minute. Basically a minute he beat me by. My finish time in the race room was 1:55:30, good enough for third place. Funny enough, we had another seed last night, and I also came in third place out of 20, almost 30 people. So we're consistent over here. For me, we're consistent. We're constantly third place. So thank you everybody again for watching. Hopefully I get to showcase this at GDQ, and it was a lot of fun. Thank you everybody.